So boys and girls, we are back. Another Jazzman video here. This time we are doing the round of 16 wildcard team. We're going to be looking at a bunch of players from a bunch of teams that I believe are going to be the ones that progress through to the next round and further into the tournament. Now remember, you're going to only have a limited amount of transfers moving forward, so you don't want to be trying to aim for players who are differentials and in a losing team, because you're going to be struggling to get them out in the weeks to come. So this week is probably the last week you're going to have a real big differential week. So let's dive into it, go over some players, go over some teams you should be looking at, and we'll get down and hopefully you'll be able to pick the 15 or at least 13 to fit in your team and make a decent squad for this round. Alright, so we start off with France and probably the tournament favourites at the beginning of the tournament. Now they haven't been amazing obviously in the group stages, but they did progress at the top of their group. They did put in some good performances towards the end. And here's three players that you should be looking at to try to fit in your squad. Benzema, obviously killing it at the moment up front, is the focal point for everything, has been on fire. 2 goals, 14 points in the last few games, brilliant. Alright, if you don't want to go down the Mbappe line, which obviously he's been a bit of a disappointment this year and he's a big sump of money, a little bit cheaper, is Griezmann. He's got 1 goal against, that was that second game that they scored, and he got 9 points. But in these knockout stages, he's going to perform more and more regularly. I can see it coming. So, if you're looking for your big 2 up front and you want to stack France, there's your 2. If you wanted to go for someone in defense from France, there's only really one choice that I'd pick, and that is Lucas Hernandez. Now, he is the only real attacking wing back they kind of have. He's the one that's been inside their box, swinging balls in across that box like crazy. And obviously, it's just been a matter of putting them in. 1 assist for the whole time, 9 points. Brilliant choice. My prediction, obviously, Switzerland. I'm going to go with a France 2-0 win. Now, probably the team of the tournament at the moment is Italy. Now, if you're looking for 3 players to fit in your team, which I recommend you do, I would be starting with Donnarumma in goals. First game of the game week, so you're going to be guaranteeing yourself at least a clean sheet there. I'm bankrolling that you don't need another goalie. He's going to be the one. Just stick with the one goalkeeper. So that could be a good differential for you to move some money around. 3 clean sheets, 3 games. What more do you want? Up front, Immobile. Been on fire for Italy. Been killing it. 3 goals in the 3 group games, 16 points, and didn't even play in the last game. So on fire. He will play this game and he will probably score. Last up is in defense, and that is Spinazzola, and probably the best of the defenders in the league at the moment, or in the tournament at the moment. He's got an assist for the time on the field, 15 points, a bunch of clean sheets, absolutely brilliant. So there's your 3. I predict they're going to go up against Austria and come away with an easy 3-0 win. So don't be surprised if you get a clean sheet plus some attacking returns there. And next up is Netherlands. And for these guys, they have been amazing in the group stages. Memphis Depay, 4 goals, 20 points, killing it. If you need a striker up front, he's one of the guys you should have in contention. Gini Wijnaldum has probably been one of the best midfielders in the whole tournament so far. 3 goals as well from midfield, 23 points, absolutely on fire. And if you want a cheap goalkeeper and you didn't want to go, say, Donnarumma or something like that, and you wanted an alternate that's probably going to get a clean sheet, Stecklenburg in goals. 4.7 mil, 2 clean sheets, 14 points. What more do you want? And I can see this being a riot against the Czech Republic, so I'm going to go with a 4-0 win. Another team that's kind of been a little bit disappointing in the group stages, but came out in that last game and absolutely tore the game apart. And that is Spain. Now, if you are wanting a cheap option up front, I would not go past Gerard Moreno. 6.6 mil. He's going to play now. He's playing all the minutes. He will be up top for Spain. 2 goals and an assist or whatever. I think it was 2 assists, but 11 points he's got in literally a game. So brilliant there. Jordi Alba in defense. 1 assist for that time, but 16 points in the back there. Brilliant. Good option for your defense. And Aymeric Laporte as well. 2 clean sheets for his starts that he's had, 20 points, absolutely brilliant. I know they're up against Croatia. It's going to be a little bit of a harder game than most, but I still see them coming away with a 1-0 win. So that Spanish backline can do quite well. Alright, and now we move into the tougher games of the round. And I'm going to go with the Belgium players here. Now, there's 2 guys that stand out above the rest. KDB and Lukaku. Obvious choices, obvious players, but very expensive for both of them. So if you're looking to bring in any expensive players in your team, and I don't care where from, these two should be on the list of potential players to bring in. KDB came into that game and is now banged in like 3 returns, 16 points in like a game. Brilliant, absolutely changed that game when he came on for Belgium. And Lukaku's been a machine up front. You know, absolutely killing it. 18 points, 3 returns. What more do you want from the guy? It's going to be a tough game, obviously, up against Portugal. But if they were to win, I see them winning 2-1. And it will be these two guys who do something. All right, and here's a controversial one, and it's Ukraine. I know they're up against Sweden. Sweden are the favourites, but I'm seeing Ukraine do well here, to be honest. And I can see them beating Sweden. I'm going to go with a very high-scoring game. So I'm going to back Yarmolenko and Yarmchuk. Those two guys are going to do something. If Ukraine do something, it's because of these two guys. 3 returns apiece, 20 points and 17 points. Yarmchuk's quite expensive, so maybe not him, but Yarmolenko is absolutely balling. So definitely one to be looking to get into your team. I'm predicting a 3-2 win against Sweden. Now, if Sweden do anything, it will be because of Forsberg. So he's not on my list, but if you're looking for a Swedish player, that's the one to go for. Alright, and then the last players I want to touch on are 3 players from 3 different teams. Now, obviously, England and Germany are facing off against each other. Now, to back yourself in for whoever wins this game moving forward, I recommend at least having 1 player from either team. Now, I'm going to go with Maguire from defence, and I'm going to go Havertz in the midfield. Now, I know they kind of balance out and cancel each other out, so it's going to be counterproductive having both of them. But say England keep a clean sheet, Maguire does well. If Havertz does something, it'll balance it out, and the clean sheet from England will go away. So then you sub him out. So I recommend if you're looking to bring in one of these players from these teams, I wouldn't touch the English forward line. Too hard to call. The midfield's just as gross, but Maguire will start. And Havertz has kind of started every single minute of the game for Germany. He's been pivotal to what they've been doing going forward. So he's the guy for me. Now, the third one is a massive call. Again, Portugal had a very tough game against Belgium. So they're going to struggle, and I don't believe they're going to win. But Ronaldo will do something. He's done something every single game in this tournament, and there's no reason to doubt him now. 6 returns, 29 points, the most points from any player in this game. So if you're looking to bring in Ronaldo, there's your reason why. 1 player from Portugal. I wouldn't recommend backing him anymore. Honestly, I don't see them winning. But if they score, it probably will be Ronaldo that does so. Alright guys, and that's it for this list. Now I know you won't be able to fit every single player in there, and that's not the point. This is to highlight the players that if you're looking for players from specific countries, these are the players you should be looking at. Alright? If you've got any questions, by all means chuck them in the comments below. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, helps me out massively, gives me a good feeling inside. So boys and girls, until the next round, I will see you then. If you've got any questions, by all means hit me up. It's been Jazzman, and I'll see you in the next video.